There is breaking news as we come on the air right here at the top of the hour at 5 o'clock. Louisville Metro Police are on the scene of reports of a shooting. It happened on Antle Drive. That's right off Preston Highway near Hillview. Louisville Metro is safe, saying that they were first called about this shooting about 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Now we're waiting on an update from police about any injuries. We'll update you on air and online when we know more.
And now in 1 hour, an extremely rare Friday night Jefferson County School Board meeting will begin, deciding the fate of over 600 jobs. Hello, everybody. It's our top story for you tonight at 5. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard. These proposed cuts come with the reorganization of the district. The board was supposed to vote Tuesday, but the meeting was pushed back because members didn't see the planned cuts until 24 hours before the meeting.
Now, these cuts are part of the superintendent's plan to fix the $188 million budget deficit. We learned this week that the job cuts could save the district $132 million. Our Ian Hardwitt is part of our team covering this very important meeting on this Friday night. He's telling us which jobs are on the line.
So, Ian, how many jobs are actually coming out of the schools?
That's about 300 jobs, Connie. These are all jobs that are paid out of the central office's budget. Originally, Superintendent Brian Yearwood said 300 central office jobs would be cut. He was talking about jobs funded out of the Van Hoos Education Center behind me, which throughout the week has had a line packed out the door. But as you can see today, that is not the case. That could be because tonight is a special called meeting of the board that does not allow public comment. Now, which jobs are we talking about that could be cut inside of the schools? We're talking academic instructional coaches. These are people who keep track of students' progress, trying to make sure that they don't fall behind. And also bookkeepers. These are the people who could be ordering supplies for schools and helping them balance their books. I talked to 2 board members ahead of tonight's meeting after they met with Superintendent Yearwood yesterday. Here's what they told me.
More with less.
That's the new district philosophy, says JCPS board member Linda Duncan.
It is true that our school-based positions are carrying a heavy load on these reductions.
Over 600 cuts in total. Jobs like bookkeepers and academic instructional coaches may move out of schools and into district offices. The school board delayed Tuesday's vote on the cuts. They needed more time digesting dizzying organizational charts.
I wanted to see more central office, non-school-based central office staff. I thought need to be reduced further. So my feelings have not really changed since the meeting.
But board member Taylor Everett was relieved mental health practitioners in schools are safe from cuts. Still, he's undecided.
Because I'm hoping today we get new information and something that maybe changes where my head is at.
Everett said principals in his district feel left out of the decision-making process. Under the proposed cuts, though, principals can decide if in-house academic coaches fit into their budgets. According to Duncan, the district introduced a new role instead, resource teachers.
I was a little concerned when we didn't approve full funding of AICs the other night, because that would have given him complete control.
She says her decision Friday will put faith in Superintendent Brian Yearwood. Everett may do the same.
Dr. Yearwood feels very, very confident that even if the layering in the central office is not what people wanted, he is going to show that it is going to be a different central office than what it has been in the past. And at the end of the day, if kids grow, that's all that matters.
A goal of growth in reading and math scores as school staff shrinks. Now, Everett talked about changes in the central office here at the Van Hoos Education Center. That's because many of the leadership positions in JCPS in this reorganization shakeup, well, they'll have to reapply for their jobs. He said those leadership positions will be facing competition from outside of the district. Now, Superintendent Yearwood says this is an urgent vote because many of those positions need to be posted soon so they have the minimum amount of days leading up to them as required by law posted. Reporting live for WHAS11 News before the night team covers this meeting, I'm Ian Hardwitt on your side.
All right, Ian, thank you for that update. Once again, we want to remind you of some decisions that the board has already made related to the budget. Just last month, board members voted to close King Elementary and Zachary Taylor Elementary at the end of the year. Liberty High School will also relocate to Gaines Early Childhood Center. The district previously said the closures would save about $4 million.
And we're going to be following the board's vote for you very closely all evening long. Ian's going to have another live update at 6 as that meeting gets started. And then Clarice Shaley will be covering the board's big decision on the WHAS11 night team at 11. You can follow along by downloading our free mobile app or watching on, on our free streaming app available for smart TVs. Well, on this Friday the 13th, yes, it's Friday the 13th, right before Valentine's Day.
Right. You'd think the weather would be scary tonight, right? But
Right.
but it's tomorrow that it's scary.
Right.
I know, we had a day that actually said February, but you are tracking some rain coming in by
Yes.
sometime this weekend.
Yes, so Saturday night, Sunday morning, that's going to be our greatest timeline of seeing some widespread rainfall that could be heavy at times. Thankfully, we are not tracking any severe weather throughout this weekend. We're not tracking any wintry mixes, so just showers on the way for part of our weekend. But hopefully you've been able to get out and enjoy this beautiful day. Nothing but blue sky and sunshine from our Bachman Auto Group U of L health camera. You can tell even the Ohio River very quiet and calm today, thanks to high pressure overhead. Temperatures have been comfortable for this time of year. We're in the low to mid 50s all across Kentuckiana, so running a few degrees milder than yesterday and a few degrees above average for this time in February. As I mentioned, we have high pressure right over us. This will continue to push off to the east tonight and into tomorrow morning, allowing this cloud cover that's currently in the plains to move into Kentuckiana tomorrow morning, out ahead of our rain chances. But your Friday evening plans looking nice. Weather will be quiet, mostly clear. So of course, make sure you have that warmer jacket because temperatures will drop pretty quickly right around that freezing mark by early tomorrow morning. And your Valentine's Day will be a mostly cloudy one. By lunchtime, temperatures will be in the upper 40s to lower 50s. Highs in Louisville look to top out in the mid to maybe upper 50s if we can squeeze that out with all the cloud cover. And then you can tell rain will be rolling in around dinner time, picking up in intensity a bit more once we head into Saturday night and once again through Sunday morning. But I'll be timing that out for you hour by hour coming up in our extended forecast.
Mallory, thank you. New today, we now know the name of the person who was killed last night after a shooting in the California neighborhood. Now, the Jefferson County Coroner's Office confirmed 38-year-old Jashawn Brown was shot and killed late last night.
Louisville Metro police officers arrived at Garland Avenue between 16th and 17th Streets near Dixie Highway, and there they found Brown suffering from several gunshot wounds. Officers and EMS did attempt life-saving measures, but ultimately pronounced Brown dead at the scene.
LMPD's homicide unit is investigating, and police ask if you have any information to call them at the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD.
Also tonight, 6 people are facing more than 100 criminal charges, including from counties right near Louisville, after Kentucky wildlife officials said they uncovered a large-scale poaching ring that was operating in 2 different counties.
Now, game wardens with the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife say a year-long investigation found that this group illegally killed several hundred animals in Hardin and Grayson counties.
And this includes deer, turkey, fox, and one domestic pet. Investigators say the case opened in July of 2024 during a traffic stop when the wardens caught the suspects using high-powered lights to scan fields, a practice known as spotlighting. Officers found several .22 caliber firearms, spotlighting equipment, and open alcohol inside the car. The group claimed that they were raccoon hunting, but officials say there was no open season at the time.
The investigation then led to 116 criminal charges. All suspects are between ages 18 and 21. One suspect faces 76 counts, including illegal take of deer and turkey, animal cruelty, and unlawful transaction with a minor. Wildlife officials urge you if you suspect any poaching, to contact Kentucky Fish and Wildlife or your local game warden.
Also new on this Friday evening at 5 o'clock, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office is rolling out a gun lock giveaway after 2 recent accidental teenage shootings. And Chief Deputy Steve Healy today showed us how it's going to work.
Put in the key, simply turn it, pull it out.
Right there's a gun lock, a simple cable device that threads through a gun's chamber, stopping it from being loaded or fired until unlocked with a key. Free locks are available at all car inspection sites in Louisville and across lobbies and permit lobbies across Jefferson County. Healy, who is also running for sheriff, says the sheriff's office is taking action to prevent another tragedy.
2 teenagers are gone. 2 families are forever changed. and we can't undo that pain, but we can take responsibility about what comes next. You know, a gun lock, it doesn't judge, it doesn't debate, and it doesn't delay. It simply creates a barrier between a child and a life-altering mistake.
Along with the locks, deputies are handing out safety pamphlets and urging gun owners to secure their guns to prevent accidental shootings. Here at 5, inflation's still with us, but is it easing at all? New numbers are out about January. Why there's such a surprise to those who are still paying higher prices.
And here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $385 million. Powerball, $146 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.